Hello there, welcome to AM Talk. My guest in the studio, Vincent Echo Asifo, is a member of Parliament for Old Tafo. He's a member of the Education Committee of Parliament and the Health Committee. Also on the program is Mohammed Abdulaziz, former member of Parliament for Myong. Gentlemen, a very good morning to you. It's good to see you.
Good morning, Mama Vina. Good to see you too, and good to be here again.
Yeah, you just vanished from Parliament.
I didn't. And his colleagues came after me, and unfortunately, painfully.
Was it money that you didn't have, or what?
It's true that there was some level of vote buying, but there was also some internal orchestration by some people within my own party. My party chairman was complicit. He had decided to work for the MPP. For
oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. He's currently on suspension and going through some disciplinary processes just to be, so that at least some other people who want to take such a step in the future would use that one as a reference point.
Would you try again?
Parliament is not my immediate attention now. You don't say no as a politician. It's risky to say no, but it's not my immediate attention now.
Okay.
What I want to see, or what I want to do, is to ensure that we take the seat back. It could be with or without Aziz, but the most important thing is for the NDC to have the seat back. Painfully, the seat went into a position under my tenure. I feel that pain, I feel that regret, and I would want to support the party to be able to take the seat back. I haven't made up my mind to walk back to Parliament yet. I may or may not.
Okay. Well, it's good to have you on the show.
Yes. When you make statements like there was vote buying, accounting to you're lost in the election.
Part of it.
I mean, when you say that, for me, the only interpretation that I can put to it is that the electorate did not know their ways to make sure that at least they will get a good
are
candidate.
You denying that?
You see, I'm not really denying
votes?
it.
You may not say votes by, but you give them things to influence them to vote for you.
There are thousands of electorates over there. Can the MPP's candidate buy everybody? That cannot be. It's a verdict on your leadership. It's a verdict on the leadership of the NDC as a whole. For me, I think that the MPP won the 2020 elections because of the showman's job that we've been doing over the years, the past 4 years. And so it cannot be on the basis of vote buying. But let me say a very good morning to the good people of Old Tafo constituency.
How is it going with your constituents?
I was having a chat with you, an informal chat with you outside there. And clearly you can see that it's not easy, the anticipation.
Nobody said it was going to be easy.
But we are up for the task.
Okay.
We are up for the task, and I'm sure that I should be able to give good leadership to the good people of Old Tafo constituency.
Great.
That was the reason for voting for me, and I have no doubt in my mind that we'll be able to live up to the expectation.
It's too early in the day yet.
I like you to succeed, so I always wish you well. Okay, now let's start with this issue. And if you go to myjoyonline.com, you see this headline. First Lady rejects allowances, moves to refund 899,000 Ghana cedis received since 2017. And there's a statement that I will be reading to you. It will be on the screen shortly. But basically, the First Lady, Rebecca Kufuor, has declined the offer for her to be paid allowances. According to a July 12 statement, she has also decided to refund all monies paid to her as allowances from the date of the President's assumption of office, that is from January 2017, to date amounting to over 899,000 Ghana cedis. This comes on the back of recommendations by the Professor Ya Intiamwa Beidu-led Presidential Committee on Emolument for Article 71 office holders. The committee had recommended that the First Lady be paid a salary equivalent to a cabinet minister who is a member of parliament, a cabinet minister who is a member of parliament while her husband is in office, and the payment of a salary equivalent to 80% of the salary of a minister of state who is a member of parliament if the spouse served one full term as president, or 100% of the salary of a minister of state who is a member of parliament if the spouse served 2 or more full terms as president. The committee further suggested that the second lady be paid a salary equivalent to a cabinet minister who is not an MP while her husband is in office, and the payment of a salary equivalent to 80% of the salary of a minister of state who is not a member of parliament if the spouse served one full term as president, or 100% of the salary of a minister of state who is a member of parliament if the spouse served 2 or more full terms as vice president. However, the past few days have been rife with concerns by the general public over the implementation, with many questioning the capacity in which such an allocation would be made to the said spouses. So it is on the back of this that we have the analysis with my guest in studio. Perhaps I'll just ask for a quick reaction to this latest development. I'll start with you, Stasis.
Mama V, good morning to our viewers. The release from the office of the First Lady says that she has rejected the offer.
Thank you, but no thank you.
That clearly cannot be a rejection. It cannot be a rejection because the recommendations came, the president looked at it, it got approval from Parliament, the administrative processes were taken, and the money is paid into your account, and you duly received it. And so if there is some public outcry on the back of which you are refunding the money, you don't tell us that you are rejecting the money. To reject an offer is when that offer is made. Then you turn it down. That's where you can talk about an offer. A rejection. But not when the money is paid, there is public outcry, TUC comes to confirm that indeed their checks has revealed that those monies have been paid into your account. Then within 24 hours, you say you are rejecting. That cannot be. That payment is unconstitutional, it is illegal, and the committee that made that recommendation acted beyond their mandate. And you see, at the beginning, what they sought to do was to drag in the former First Lady and Second Lady by saying that that payment that the committee recommended was not just for the current First Lady and Second Lady. You see, the Professor Ntiamua, right, committee had a specific mandate to deal with the emoluments of Article 71 office holders for the period January 7, 2017 to January 6, 2021. No former First Lady was an officer within that period. And so all recommendations were limited to Madam Rebecca and Hajia Samira. That is a fact. And so the attempt that they made earlier to suggest that those payments were to be made even to former First Ladies is not true and cannot be true. What we need to insist is that Ghana is a country of laws. If there is anything that we want to do, it must be anchored on law. Now, people have raised a lot of questions, even beyond the legality of the payment, the propriety and the timing. At a time that we are emerging from COVID, at the time that government has imposed 7 new tax handles, in these hard times that people have lost their jobs resulting from COVID, we have been hit by 7 new taxes from government. We are just coming from the story of the president spending as much as 3 million Ghana cedis on a chartered flight, on a luxurious chartered flight, at a time that...
that amount hasn't been confirmed.
Oh, Mav, you can do your own calculations of 15,000 euro over the number of days that he spent abroad. Even beyond that, at a time that we are telling public sector workers that the economy is so hit that we cannot give them any meaningful increment in their pay, and we are only proposing just 4%. In fact, we are paying them only 4%. Public sector workers, at least for the past 10 years, haven't received anything less than 10%. For the first time, public sector workers are getting just 4% increment in their pay. If you are calling on Ghanaians to make sacrifices and to tighten their belts, because the economy is hit, because the resources are limited. This is not the time that you want to pay some salaries to your spouses, when indeed you know that already they are paid some allowances. And this...
Why do you put the blame on the president when it was a committee that did the work and made the recommendations? In fact, the 7 parliaments also approved those recommendations.
That is true, but it remains a fact that the committee was put in place by the president. He saw the report. It came to Parliament, the 7th Parliament approved it. And so even when you read the letter of the First Lady, she tries to lay some emphasis on the parliamentary approval, even talking about NDC MPs and MPP MPs. I can understand that the 7th Parliament has some blame to take in respect of the approval. But you see, my good friend here has just walked into Parliament. I'm sure you see some of the happenings in Parliament. When you come back from elections, elections are held on 7th of December, and the Parliament will dissolve on 6th of January midnight. When you go on recess for elections, you come to Parliament barely a week before that Parliament is dissolved. And so at that time, attendance to Parliament is very poor. Some of these issues are held at the committee of a whole before they bring the recommendations to a plenary. And so I understand that the 7th Parliament has some portion of the blame to take for not doing some due diligence in the approval. But it tells you, but you are aware, even when Parliament is adjourning, a sine die, that is when governments will bring all manner of loans, because at that time, you don't have enough time to be able...
So you're justifying the poor job that the 7th Parliament
I am not justifying it. I'm saying that
the
7th Parliament should take a blame for that, and that we should have done a proper job, we should have done due diligence. I think that we cannot escape blame from this. The 7th Parliament, we can't escape blame from this. But we must also call out a government for rushing to Parliament with very heavy and bulky documents at a time that they know that Parliament is about rising. That is also something that we must be able to speak to. But I admit that Parliament should have raised those questions at that time.
I get you.
You don't approve it. You don't approve it, and then when the monies are paid, then questions are raised. We cannot exonerate ourselves from any blame.
All right.
But I think that President Akufo-Addo, who put in the committee, should obviously carry.
All right. I'll give you the opportunity, but also just to remind you that this was just to regularize something that is, we're told, is already ongoing.
I don't think so.
Vincent, please go ahead.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because that did not come to replace the allowances.
All right.
That we are not being told.
I'll come back to you.
Mama V, I am very, very surprised that these comments will be coming from former member of Parliament. I am saying this because the emolument that we have as a structure in this country is having a history. A history that can be traced from the beginning of the 4th Republic, right from the Ginstrait Committee to the Chinri History Committee to the Edu-Boadin Committee and what have you. Now, if you check the Professor Ntiamwa Committee, they laid a certain basis, or they laid a certain foundation. And I will take you to page 61 of the Professor Ntiamwa Committee. I'll just need about 1 minute, just for the purposes of your viewers. It says that the administration of President Kufuor introduced the extension of courtesies. In fact, the Professor Ntiamwa is saying that they started doing President Kufuor, but Atudazi has also indicated for the Ghanaian public to also know that indeed, even during the Rawlinses regime, these payments were being made, including payment of monthly allowances to spouses of former heads of state, presidents, vice presidents, and subsequent administrations have continued the gesture and even extended them to the incumbent first and second ladies. Now, the gesture remains purely humanitarian. Emphasis mine. The gesture remains purely humanitarian to support, in some cases, rehabilitate former first ladies who were evidently struggling to subsist. Now, the point that I am so much interested in is, however, there is no legal basis for this support. So, a former member of parliament, my brother Aziz, cannot say that the committee, that is the Professor Ntiamoa committee, acted in variance with the constitution, or it is illegal. It cannot be illegal, because the committee itself has indicated that the payment of these allowances were based on humanitarian grounds. And they have also agreed that indeed there is no legal basis for it.
What I thought I heard him say was this was to please the president.
But he said that it was illegal. The committee acted at variance with the constitution, and for that matter, it is illegal. But I'm just, if it is ultra virus,
yes,
it also means that it is illegal.
Beyond their scope.
Absolutely, if it's beyond their scope. But the committee itself has indicated in page 61. But if we want to go strictly legal, now some professionals have made it clear, yes, that it takes a lot more than a recommendation. It has to be a bill that goes to Parliament if you want to establish that, because they are not Article 71 office holders. That is the mistake that we've been doing all this while. I'll tell you why. The committee sought to include these allowances or salaries as part of the privileges of the president and the vice president. Well, if you check the Ntiamoa committee, there are 10 privileges that are set out for the president and 9 privileges that are also set out for the vice president, including official accommodation that is supposed to be enjoyed by the president, residential accommodation that is also supposed to be enjoyed by the president, security and other things. And they added the monthly allowances as part of the privileges of the president and the vice president. It is not synonymous to saying that because Article 71 does not include spouses of the president and the vice president, they have acted beyond their mandate. Because, as we are aware, as MPs, we are also even entitled to security personnel. We are entitled to security allowances, drivers and what have you. But drivers and securities are not stated as part of Article 71 holders. If you check the Article 71 holders, clearly apart from Chairman of Public Services Commission, the National Media Commission, the Lands Commission, and the National Commission for Civic Education, including Speaker of Parliament, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament, the members of Parliament. Under no circumstance are you going to see that security personnel who are paid by members of Parliament are part of the Article 71 holders, but they have been included in the Privileges Committee. So the committee have not acted beyond their mandate. That is number one. Number two, let me also applaud the First Lady for such a bold step. Government of the people, by the people, and for the people, listening to the public outcry, has decided that she is refunding all emoluments that have been paid on tabletop or what have you to the state.
Simply because of the public backlash?
Absolutely. She even indicated that in her statement. But the call that I will make on this platform today is that when you do the calculations of the amount of money that the former First Lady, Lordina Mahama, also took from the state, my brother Mion, it is amounting to about 3 million Ghana cedis, over 3 million Ghana cedis. I am challenging.
Where are your figures coming from?
If you do the calculations, at the time that he was former second lady and becoming a former first lady, becoming a first lady and what have you. If you do the calculations, I am telling in authority that you are going to get not less than 3 million Ghana cedis. I am challenging Lordina Mahama to also set the pace.
Why should she do it?
Because the public is not happy.
About what?
But you just said it.
About what?
About the fact that... hold on. The public is not happy about the fact that these monies are being paid to former first ladies, former second ladies, and even incumbent first ladies and second ladies. And that is why I'm saying that Rebecca Akufo-Addo has set the example because it is government for the people, by the people, and for the people. The 3 million Ghana cedis that Lordina Mahama has also taken from 2009 to 2016. I am charging Lordina Mahama if she is a true patriot or if she's a true citizen of Ghana, that she loves Ghana, she should be able to refund these monies back to the consolidated fund, because that is what the Ghanaian people are crying for now.
Would you be making similar calls on all the other surviving spouses?
Absolutely, because
including Mama Teresa, the wife of President Kufuor.
We are now seeing that.
Would you speak to that?
We are now seeing that.
Mama Teresa.
Hold on. We are now seeing that, as per the committee's report, and if you check the Article 71 as well, spouses of former ladies, spouses of former president, and spouses of incumbent president are not supposed to be taken care of as part of Article 71. Now, the history that I made you understand from the Green Street Committee, from the Chinri Hesi Committee, from the Dubois-Den Committee, and what have you, was basically, or the basis was on humanitarian grounds. That some former ladies, former first ladies, and former second ladies have been struggling to subsist. And for that matter, these committees, even though was not part of the mandate of the committee of the various administrations under the Fourth Republic, yet they decided that on humanitarian grounds, let's give this emolument to them. If the Ghanaian people says that this is not the way to go, and the current First Lady has set this example, I have no doubt in my mind that the others should be able to also do same, especially Lordina Mahama, about 3 million Ghana cedis. And I'll take you to Article 71.
Why her?
Article 71.
Why Lordina?
Hold on, she is the immediate former, former First Lady.
So shallow.
You can't say that here. No, you have sat on this platform. No, you can't say that. Okay. You have sat on this platform.
Okay, we've been doing this really nicely. You have made
bogus arguments on this platform.
Okay, here
arguments
so
that lacks merit.
So far,
arguments that are childish on this platform.
Okay,
yet we listen to them.
Okay, Vincent, don't go there. I think we've done really well. Please, let's stay on course.
3 million Ghana cedis paid to Lordina Mahama. She should refund it to the consolidated fund.
Let's stay on course.
Why should Lordina Mahama keep those money? Yet you are happy that Rebecca Akufo-Addo has also refunded those money.
I don't get angry. I know what you're about to do.
You cannot say that.
Okay. So you've made this point. Just in wrapping up, just a few minutes.
You want
Lordina to keep the money, but you're happy that Rebecca Akufo-Addo has refunded the money.
Mama VC, I'm sure the narration that the MPP have decided to come up with is to draw in the person of Lordina Mahama. That will not wash. Deal with your mess. When you try to explain Article 71, you have listing.
You were part of the
my
7th
brother,
Parliament.
keep quiet and listen.
No, you are part of the 7th Parliament.
You have the
constitution. You superintended over the mess that you are talking about. You are part of the 7th Parliament.
Vincent, let him land, and then I'll give you the opportunity. Please go ahead.
I'm not going to get angry.
But you took your mask off. Why did you take your mask off?
The issue. Listen to me. You have the Constitution before you. Go to page 60, Article 71.
Yes.
Tell me where
the
wife of the president.
That is your lack of understanding.
My brother.
This is simple. You just can't understand it.
Can you speak to my viewers?
Tell me where in Article 71 of the 1992 Constitution.
But I have not said that here.
That the first lady or the second lady are captured as members of Article 71. You cannot use a committee to reconstitute the membership of Article 71 office holders. You cannot do that. Oh, listen.
There was no recategorization.
Please, I'm handling this.
There was no recategorization.
I'm handling this.
You have not read. I have not said that yet. I said that they have included that in the privileges of the president and the vice president.
Let me handle.
10 privileges for the president, 9 privileges for the vice president.
Let me do this.
And it is the inclusion. That is what the committee did.
Let me do this, please. Abdulaziz, please. Go ahead. Vincent, please let me do this. Otherwise, it will be a bit messy.
You are not a member of parliament.
You are also a former member of parliament.
So be decent.
You have to be decent to me. So let's sit on this platform and be lying.
Let's move on.
I will not allow you to lie on this platform.
Vincent, please.
I will speak to you. I have just challenged my brother here to tell me where in Article 71, where the wife of the president, Mama Rebecca, where the wife of the vice president, Samira Bawumia, are captured as members of Article 71 office holders.
Okay, wait.
To the extent,
Okay, but this is what I heard him say.
You see,
wait, hang on.
I'll come to that.
Please listen to
I listen to him equally.
That these are
an extension
privileges
of the, and he
of
sought,
being
and
president
because
and
you won't
vice
listen.
president.
You won't listen.
Wait, hang on. So
You
let
won't
me
listen.
do this. Otherwise, it will be messy,
You won't
please.
listen.
Okay. So
And he
I'm just clarifying the points to you.
I listened to him, Amavi.
So you get it.
And he even sought to use the drivers of members of parliament. That is why you are paid your salary and you then pay your driver. Right? Parliament does not.
It is not part of the privilege.
Oh, that's why they pay you.
Vincent, let him laugh.
That's
But
why
don't
they pay you.
But don't ask him questions.
That is why they
Otherwise,
pay
he will
you.
be
That's
gone.
why they
Because
pay you.
he's struggling to
You see,
understand what I said.
no, you see.
No, so
Yeah,
you
I
come back.
I
You come back and
cannot
make
be
your
blamed for your
point.
lack of understanding to what I said. I cannot be blamed for that.
Vincent, you come
Because
back
I
and
have
make your
not said
point.
that the
You have to
spouses were
allow
part of
him.
Article
You have
71.
to allow him to land, and then you come back and make your point. He
Let me
says
allow
he
him.
What you do
clearly,
when you are losing the
he
debate.
clearly
Go
heard
ahead.
you.
You go ahead.
He clearly heard you. He's just interpreting it the way that he wants to.
That I am insisting that payment is illegal, is unconstitutional. We know clearly who are the members of Article 71 office holders. The wife of the president is not included. The wife of the vice president is not included. And so to the extent that you make such payments to them, it is illegal. And she's talking about almost 900,000 Ghana cedis. If you read the letter, she's talking about refunding allowances that she received
Since 2017.
since 2017 up to date. That is about 54 months. 2017 January up to today is about 54 months. If you were to do the mathematics, that gives you a monthly allowance of 16,000 Ghana cedis. That is not what the Ghanaian public are outraged about. That is not what they are outraged about. The Ghanaian public is angry at the fact that government sees the need to pay the wife of the president and the wife of the vice president salary. There's a clear difference. No, she was never paid any salary.
Wait, please
There's
land on
a clear difference between an allowance and salary.
No, I want you to learn. I have a question for you. So you say you are explaining why the public is angry.
The public is angry because of the fact that you have decided to pay the wife of President Akufo-Addo a salary of almost 35,000 Ghana cedis. You cannot compare that one to a payment of monthly allowance of 16,000 Ghana cedis. Why? She has received that money all along.
Okay.
And no one has complained.
Those ones were also allowances.
So I've got questions.
And this time, this salary was not coming to replace.
Salaries.
Oh.
These were allowances.
They were allowances. I have told you, listen to me.
Wait.
But you're
I am saying
salaries.
that.
So how about the calls? even though they are allowances, now people are saying, just like Vincent said,
Yes.
that let's the former first lady also bring forward her allowances.
I have not heard anybody, and I can tell you that this is the narration of the MPP simply because the first lady has been forced to refund the salary. They are trying to draw. Why? Why is she mentioning Lordina Mahama? When you know very well that the wife of President Kufuor, who is still alive, is also a former first lady.
So
Listen to me. Was a first lady for 8 good years. These allowances have been paid. No one has denied it. Right from the inception of the Fourth Republic, we've listened to Atudazi. We've listened to government, the experts in governance, and so the public is livid about the payment of what they call salary.
Okay.
About 35,000 Ghana cedis. You see, this country is not just about this country is not just about President Akufo-Addo. This is a man who said he was coming to protect the public purse. Is that how to protect the public purse?
Okay,
What
thank
do
you
they
very
buy?
much. Thank you
What
very
do they
much.
buy at all?
I'm giving
that
you...
they have provided everything.
Thank you.
And yet you want us to pay your wife?
Okay,
Mama
great.
V.
Thank
We
you.
can't just tolerate it.
Vincent,
Mama V.
please.
And any attempt to draw
Mama V.
in Lordina will not wash.
Mama V.
She has not received any salary of any amount. It's on record.
Thank you.
Mama V.
Please.
I cannot be blamed for his lack of understanding or his lack to listen
So
to me when I'm
kindly
making a
address
point.
the issues.
I cannot be blamed for that. Hold on. I have sat on this platform.
Remember that you're not speaking to him.
I have sat on this platform because he's a former member of parliament.
But there are a number of people that are watching
He has
you
been
right now.
part of the mess that he himself is talking about. Because the committee, I've already given you the history, that the committee of the Green Strait, of the Chenrihisi and all of that, dates back from the beginning of the Fourth Republic. When you read the committee's report,
They didn't make, those committees you referred to,
Yes.
did not make recommendations for salaries to be paid to first ladies. Is that what
absolutely,
you're saying?
absolutely, I agree. They never said that. They said that, and if you look at page 61, they said that they have been paying these salaries or these allowances to former first ladies because they have been struggling to succeed. And the former first lady includes Lordina Mahama. I am saying that.
Why do you seem to be fixated on Lordina Mahama? No, please, let me handle it.
Mama Teresa not a former first lady.
Mr. Abdulaziz, please, let me do my job. Thank you.
I am putting it on record.
Yes.
That the amount of money that Lordina Mahama took from the state as a former second lady,
As allowances.
as a second lady, and as a first lady, is not less than 3 million Ghana cedis.
Basis of your calculation.
I am telling you the
Basis.
story. But you
just mentioned it again and said you are telling me.
800,000. Hold on.
Oh.
You sat here and said that the 800,000 that have been paid.
That is contained in the letter of the first lady.
Oh,
it is contained in her letter.
You made it look
It
as
is
if that
contained
every
in her
month is
letter.
16,000. Hold on.
It is contained in her
I am
letter.
also telling you that per the committee
You just sit down here and you mention any amount
Mr. Abdulaziz,
and
please.
say you are challenging me.
Every
Please,
month.
let him.
These
Challenging
monies
me over
were
what?
paid to former first ladies and they were paid to former second ladies. My point is that if Rebecca Akufo-Addo has refunded the money, all the other former first ladies and second ladies should do same, including Lordina Mahama.
That's a very warped logic.
Lordina Mahama,
Very warped
who
logic.
has taken over 3 million Ghana cedis from the state. It should be reverted.
Mama, if you do have the letter, put the
consolidated
letter
fund.
on screen.
And if you check the
Put the
committee's
letter on
report,
screen.
Can I wait? Can you hold on? If you check the
Did you
committee's
hold on when I was
report,
speaking?
the committee's report
Did
is
you?
very clear
Mr. Abdulaziz, please. He's landed.
that
He's landed, please.
Now what?
these monies were supposed to be paid on humanitarian grounds. There is no statement or comment in the committee's report that said that you are now going to include the spouses of the former first ladies, former second ladies, as part of Article 71, as he made us believe on this platform.
Okay.
There have
All
not
right.
been any basis for that.
Okay.
And there was no recategorization of
Mama,
Article 71
please, just
of the
please.
19 and
No,
2
no, no,
Constitution,
please,
as he
please.
made
We want
us
to hear
believe.
from Samira
It is
Baumia.
not
Samira
the
Baumia,
case.
we want to listen from her.
Okay.
That the first lady says she will refund her money. We want to hear from Samira Baumia
But we also-
before the end of the day.
We also want to
Okay.
hear from Lordina
So I want to
Mahama
ask you-
over
Whether
3
the
million
salary
that he took.
I want to
So
ask
whether
you.
the salary that she
That
took,
he should
I
make
want
sure
to-
that
I
she
want
will
to ask
refund
you-
the salary
consolidated
of
fund.
1.6 million.
So
He
I
was
want
part
to-
of the 7th parliament.
So
You
I
are
want
part
to-
of the mess.
want to hear from Samira Baumia.
I want to ask you, gentlemen.
If you refund the money.
Just for a moment.
Shameful.
Just for a moment. Can you put down your MPP NDC colors just for a moment? You're calling on. Wait.
that's
hang on.
important.
Wait, you're calling on previous first ladies and second ladies to refund allowances that we paid to them.
Lordina Mahama should be able to pay that
No,
money.
no. I just wanted.
I'm sure you just wanted this morning to Lordina Mahama in your mind.
I just wanted.
You
just wanted
to
this
clarify.
morning
I
with
just
Lordina Mahama in your
3
mind.
million Ghana cedis.
Mr. Abdul, wait.
The
The basis of your calculation.
Hang on, gentlemen, just for the sake of our viewers. The First Lady, Rebecca Akufo-Addo, was responding to the commentary on the back of the committee's work that has been made public now,
Yes.
obviously. And she's decided to take the step. Not everyone may want to follow her. It's
But
a choice.
but-
Even read her letter.
It's her
Read her
choice.
letter.
It's a
Isn't
choice.
it?
But I am saying that.
Read her letter.
I am saying that this government, or if you like, every government, is government for the people, by the people, and for the people. The people,
and Lordina Mahama.
the people
That's why
are
we
not
sing this
happy about these emoluments that have been paid
The
over time.
salaries.
You get it?
Get it right.
So I am also saying that if Lordina Mahama is a former
Why are you laughing?
First Lady of the Republic, Rebecca Akufo-Addo
That's why they have been
is
coached
an incumbent
to say.
First Lady of the Republic.
Okay.
She has decided that on the basis of the public outcry, this is not the way to go.
Okay.
I am also
would we
saying
hear
that-
from Samira, though?
If it's possible,
Okay.
because
It is possible.
I want us
big
to-
On the salaries.
her big sister has shown the
On
way.
the salaries.
It is possible,
that one, she must
but,
refund.
but be interested in
Gentlemen,
Lordina
for the
Mahama as well,
1.6
because 3
Gentlemen,
million Ghana cedis
we've got to move
that
on.
she has taken.
We've got to move on.
To the consolidated
We've
fund.
got
I don't
to
need
move
your
on.
help.
Man, I just want to help you. I want to help
I
you.
don't
No,
need
he
your
says he
help.
doesn't need help. Thank you.
I want to help him.
I don't need your help.
No, he doesn't need help.
Mama
So
Teresa
let's
says
move
that.
on.
I don't
Mama
need your
Teresa
help.
says that she has received about 900,000 Ghana cedis
in the last 4 years.
Where are you getting that from?
No, in a letter.
You said Teresa. Okay, you're talking about Rebecca.
Mama Rebecca says that she has received about 900,000 Ghana cedis in the last 4 years as allowances. If that was to be true, and let's even assume that there was no increment
that is verifiable
from the regime of President Mahama, if you multiply 900 times 2, you don't get a 3 million Ghana cedis.
Okay, so you're disputing the figure that she puts out.
And so you just don't sit here, mention any amount of.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And say you are challenging me.
I'll get you the right
You don't do that.
I'll get you the right
member of parliament.
This can always be verified. Thank you. I want you, gentlemen.
They must refund those monies.
Mr. Abdulaziz.
Why?
Thank you. Vincent, thank you. We're moving on. We're talking about
duty-free shop at the Terminal 3. You give to your daughter to run. You appoint your daughter as a chairman of the Creative Arts Council.
Abdulaziz.
It's like all about President Akufo-Addo.
Abdulaziz.
The man who said he was there to protect
Mr. Abdulaziz, can we stay on course?
The right figure
Let's
for
stay on
Lordina
course.
Mahama to pay.
Let's stay on course.
3 million Ghana cedis.
My friend,
272,256.
This is from your party headquarters. This is from your party
headquarters. It is very
headquarters.
powerful for everybody to check.
This is from your party headquarters.
Thank you, gentlemen.
This is from your party headquarters.
That Lordina Mahama took.
This is from your party headquarters.
It has
no value here.
Mr. Abdulaziz.
It has no value here.
It is still a developing story, so we'll see what happens.